everybody, and welcome. Thank you for being here. It is I, your host, Captain Boring. As always, this is your 10-minute sports report. There will probably be more than 10 minutes because much like a girl who likes to party in college, I am late. LOL. I thought that was a pretty good joke. Comment down below or like this video if you laughed at that joke or at least chuckled at it. So we're going to get you all started. Today is Tuesday, the 21st of May, 2024. Like and subscribe, share with all your family and friends. Go follow us on Instagram at 4th and 1 Podcast. So you have to like this video if you chuckled. I want you to comment down below. We are now just under 2 months away from College Football 25 from being released. I will be streaming that probably on the daily, at least to start. So let me know, who should I start a dynasty with? Comment down below. It can be Big Blue Wolverine. It can be anybody. I will not accept, though, Penn State or Ohio State. Those are just out. But yeah, let me know. Should it be Michigan? Should it be someone else? Should I return someone to glory that was already there that has fallen by the wayside? Comment down below. So like if you chuckled at my sorority joke, and comment down below, who should I start my dynasty with? But we got a lot to go over, so I will stop blabbing and get to blabbing. Alrighty, here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to take you all the way back to Friday. The New York Knicks and the Indiana Pacers played Game 6 in Indiana, and it went every which Indiana way. 4 out of 5 starters scored in double figures, led by one Pascal Siakam, who was a member of the Toronto Raptors during their only championship run back in 2018. They get it done 116-103. They, at the time, tied the series at 3 to force a Game 7 that would come later on in the week. Alrighty, and then later that night it was another Game 6 between the Dallas Mavericks and the number 1 seed in the West, the Oklahoma City Thunder. Here is the deal. The Oklahoma City Thunder were facing elimination. They were down 3 games to 2. They had a big halftime lead. I believe it was 18 points in the third quarter, and then came the Mavericks, led by Luka Doncic. He had a triple-double, 29 points, 10 rebounds, 10 assists, 22 points from Kyrie Irving. 4 of 5 starters scored in double figures. 3 of 5 starters scored 20-plus points. Then P.J. Washington, with exactly 15 seconds left, well, actually less than that, with 4 seconds left, gets fouled. They were down 1 at the time. He was shooting a three-pointer. He makes 2 of 3. They are up 1. The Thunder half-court heave is not answered, and the Oklahoma City Thunder are eliminated, and the Dallas Mavericks moved on to the Western Conference Finals, and they await the winner of the Denver Nuggets and the Minnesota Timberwolves. It was Game 7 between the Indiana Pacers and New York Knicks. Later this night, this is now Sunday night this happened. So later Sunday night, it would be Game 7 between the Timberwolves and the Nuggets. But we will start in Madison Square Garden, where the Knicks are banged up, but they are riding their superstar that they found, Jalen Brunson. However, the Indiana Pacers, they have a superstar in and of themselves, and his name is Tyrese Halliburton, and he went off. 26 points for Halliburton. All 5 starters scored in double figures. No one of the 5 starters scored less than 17 points. They get 12 points from TJ McConnell off the bench. Dante DiVincenzo for the Knicks had 39 points, but here's the deal. Jalen Brunson only played 29 minutes because he broke his hand in the third quarter, and that injury the New York Knicks could not overcome. They were riding into this game with 5 players injured, including Josh Hart, who had to sit out a period of Game 6 because he was banged up. Those were the first minutes he rested all playoffs long. He played 37 minutes in Game 7, but it was not enough. It was a blowout to the 10th degree, 130-109. The Indiana Pacers win in 7 games, moving them on to the Eastern Conference Finals to take on the juggernaut, the best team in the NBA, at least record-wise, the Boston Celtics. So I'll get you all set up for that and let you know when Game 1 of that is. But Later that night on Sunday night, it was Game 7 between the Denver Nuggets and the Minnesota Timberwolves. And when I went to bed, it was a 15-point halftime lead for the Denver Nuggets. With 9 minutes to go in the third quarter, so they play 12-minute quarters. So 3 minutes into the third quarter, the Nuggets ballooned that lead to 20. It was all right as rain. The Nuggets were home. The defending world champions were at home. And then the 3-and-D Minnesota Timberwolves locked up the Denver Nuggets and hit 3 after 3 after 3. They only shot 29%, but all of them came in the second half. And more importantly, the Nuggets only shot 24% on their side. Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray were outstanding. Jamal Murray had 35 points on the day. Nikola Jokic had 34 points, 19 rebounds, and 7 assists. He did all he could as the best player in the world. But the other 3 starters, 5 points from Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, 7 points from Michael Porter Jr., 4 points from Aaron Gordon, 0 points from Jackson Holiday off the bench, 0 points from Reggie Jackson off the bench, 5 points from Chris Brown off the bench. That's not going to get it done. The Minnesota Timberwolves played team defense. Anthony Edwards, their superstar, only had 16 points. He was 6 for 24 on the game. Their leading scorer in the game was actually Karl Anthony Towns and Jaden McDaniels. For the Timberwolves, guys who normally don't lead them in scoring. They get it done. They knock off the defending world NBA champions 98-90. They win in 7 games, and they will now take on the Dallas Mavericks in the Western Conference Finals. Alrighty, and speaking of the Western Conference Finals, well, we'll start in the East first. Tonight, Tuesday the 21st, will be Game 1 between the Pacers and the Celtics. That starts at 8 p.m. on ESPN. Tomorrow night, Wednesday, is the Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals between the Dallas Mavericks and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Tip for that starts at 8:30. Then on Thursday night, it is Game 2 between the Pacers, Celtics. Someone will be in the hole 1-0, and they will try to get back. I will be back with another episode Friday. It just doesn't make sense now that we are down to the conference finals. Not as many games to cover, so I can take some more time off. Plus, I'm a sorority girl. I'm a little late. Here we be. So I will catch you all Friday and get you all caught up from the Game 1s and the Game 2 in basketball. All right, let's switch our focus over to the Lord Stanley Cup. And we'll, again, take you back to Friday. It was Game 6 between the Florida Panthers and the Boston Bruins. And the Boston Bruins got out early in the first period. Pavel Zacha got things started for the Bruins. They were up 1-0. Then Anton Lundell tied the game in the second for the Florida Panthers, and we were headed into the third. And then Gustav, well, that sounds like a very Beauty and the Beast name. Gustav Forsling. I nailed that. Yeah, I know. 100%. I nailed that. Gustav Forsling finished things off for the Florida Panthers, ending the Boston Bruins run. They win 2-1 in 6 games. That means they win the series 4-2. Boston Bruins comeback of a 3-1 comeback is dashed. The Florida Panthers move on, and I forget who they take on, but we'll find out together in just un moment. And then it was Game 6 of the Colorado Avalanche and the Dallas Stars, and here's the deal. The Colorado Avalanche won Game 1, lost 3 straight, won 1. They were down 3-2, trying to keep their playoff hopes alive, and they got things going in the second period. Mikko Rantanen took a 1-0 lead for Colorado. They took that into the third, deep into the third, but then Jamie Benn tied the game late into the third period, and this game went into overtime, and nothing happened in overtime. So we went into double overtime where Matt Duchene finished things off for the Dallas Stars, eliminating the Colorado Avalanche to advance to the Western Conference Finals. Also that night, it was Game 6 between the Edmonton Oilers and the Vancouver Canucks, and this was a need-to-have-it game for the Oilers. They were down 3-1 I'm sorry, they were down 3-2. Yes, phasing elimination on home ice. It was tied after one, and then after that, it was Zach Hyman, Evan Bouchard, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, and Evander Kane, all for the Oilers. They scored 2 in the second, 2 in the third, and rout the Canucks 5-1 to tie the series at 3 games apiece and force Game 7. Game 7 just so happened to come last night. It was a home court advantage for the Vancouver Canucks. The Edmonton Oilers were looking to win 2 straight, but they had to win Game 7 on the road. It was scoreless after 1, and then Edmonton hit Vancouver with the 1-2 combo 3 times. Cody Ceci, Zach Hyman, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, all in the second period. It was 3-0 in a blink of an eye for the Edmonton Oilers, but then Connor Garland got Vancouver on the board, and Philip Hronke cut the deficit to 1 goal, 3-2, but unfortunately that was it. Edmonton hangs on, chills out the rally, no pun intended. Edmonton advances to take on the Dallas Stars in the Western Conference Finals, beating the Canucks in 7 games. All right, no hockey tonight, Tuesday, but Wednesday it is Game 1 between the Florida Panthers, who were in the Stanley Cup Finals last year, taking on the best team in hockey record-wise, the New York Rangers. Game 1 starts tonight, and then tomorrow it is Game 1 in the Western Conference between the Edmonton Oilers and the Dallas Stars, and that starts in Dallas. So I will be back Friday. I will recap both Game 1 in the East, Rangers-Panthers, and Game 1 Oilers Stars. Until next time, thank you everyone for being here. I appreciate your time. Don't forget to like and subscribe and do all that sharing. Don't forget to comment down below. Who am I starting this dynasty with? I will let you guys decide, as long as it's not Ohio State or Penn State, because that's just not going to happen. Okay? I can't play with this background, this shirt, that jersey, this signed football, this teddy bear, this replica that fell apart of the big house. I could do it with this Friends Lego set, but that doesn't mean anything. This is a Loki pop. What do they call it? Funky pop, something like that. Anyway, I'm just not doing Penn State. I'm not doing Michigan State either, okay? Come at me with good ideas, and I'll do it for you. Until next time, know God loves you. I pray God blesses you. I got a very busy day. I got to go fold laundry, mow grass, blah, 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 blah. Also, all new episode of the 4th and 1 podcast will be out on Friday. It will either be solo or just me and Robert. Simeon says he's out for this week. So if Robert says he's out or doesn't have time, it will just be me. And that means that I can say whatever I want because no one is there to censor me. Until next time, wash those hands, you filthy animals, and peace out.